are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get first-hand information about things happening around you. And I appreciate every one of you who has subscribed to this channel. And if you have not subscribed, please press the red button and make sure you press the bell icon, because if you don't press the bell icon, you will not be notified anytime we post news, because we want you to get the news as soon as they come, as fast as they come. So press the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime. The news we have for you now, you'll be glad that you are aware of it. Stay tuned.
Former Vice President and presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2019 election, Atiku Abubakar, has raised alarm of plot to arrest him. This was contained in a statement by his spokesman, Paul Ibe, on Sunday. It said due to Atiku's insistence of existence of a server used by the Independent National Electoral Commission (Inec), his enemies attributed a false comment on mass protest to him to prepare ground from his incarceration. Ibe said, "I wish to emphatically state that such a statement did not emanate from Atiku Abubakar or his privies. It is the work of mischief makers who want to mar his democratic record and lay the groundwork for the threatened actions against him of false charges of being a threat to national security." For the avoidance of doubt, Atiku Abubakar believes in the rule of law and in the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In his almost 4 decades in politics, he has never taken action or spoken words against democracy and will not start now. Atiku Abubakar and his team have confidence in God and thus call on those bent on mischief to have the fear of God and retrace their steps. Democracy has come to stay in Nigeria. The culture of fear being created now cannot reign in our democracy. Nigeria and Nigerians have a consistent history of outlasting tyranny and will continue to do so by the grace of God. Atiku Abubakar on Sunday morning refuted the claim that he was planning to protest against the Muhammadu Buhari government and the Independent National Electoral Commission (Inec). His rebuttal was contained in a tweet where he posted on Twitter. He was reacting to a quote credited to a PDP youth group which said, "My server results are authentic, and if judges frustrate the justice, we will take over the street. I will lead all Nigerians in a massive protest that mankind have never witnessed before." Reporting, Atiku said, "The quote purportedly attributed to me with respect to INEC server, an issue currently before the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, is fake and the handiwork of mischief makers." At the last tribunal hearing, INEC denied having a server where results of the February 23rd presidential election were uploaded. Atiku and the PDP had, through their lawyers led by Levi Uzoku, SAN, asked the tribunal to compel the electoral umpire to grant them access to the server and smart card readers. However, INEC's lawyer Yunus Utaz Usman, SAN, in a counter affidavit, asked the court to dismiss the application. "They are asking us to bring something we don't have," he said. Usman further called the tribunal's attention to its judgment on March 6th, granting PDP access to inspect only election materials without the server. President Muhammadu Buhari's lawyer, Wale Olanipekun, SAN, and All Progressive Congress, APC, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, both told the tribunal to dismiss the application for failing to disclose the existence of the server. How come that an umpire who claims to be unbiased be the party in an electoral petition that actively undermines and is frustrating one of the parties in the matter from accessing basic evidence to help the tribunal reach an objective and just determination? This shows that INEC was an affiliate of All Progressive Congress during and after the widely disputed polls. An independent commission ought to be focused on helping the election tribunal to reach an objective and truthfully honest determination, rather than being the megaphone of one of the contending parties in the petition before a competent court of law. Quote, a self-respecting academic professor would own his own volition quit from office in any sane government and civilized nation. The moment it becomes notorious that he has failed to discharge the public functions and duty for which Nigerian state invested multi-billion dollars of public fund to enable a constitutionally independent body like the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, to perform. But this discredited chairman has continued to pontificate and parade about as the chairman of an agency that was sold and bought. It's a shame that the chairman of Inec, under whose watch over 150 potential voters and electoral officers were slaughtered by political thugs affiliated to the central government, has refused to show dignity and conscientiousness by quitting his job to allow for a fresh head to steer the ship of affairs in Inec. This Inec that has shamelessly failed to pay the allowances and wages of youth coppers who worked as ad hoc electoral officers is the same that is pretending to be interested in any transparent reforms of the decadent electoral system. This is comedy taken to an unimaginably farcical but offensive dimension. We agree totally that the conclusions of the election observation made by the EU election monitoring team that watched the 2019 polls to such an extent that the reports highlighted the state-sponsored violence that marred the polls and the lack of openness and transparency by the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec. We also accept the EU's observation about the misbehavior of some rogue armed security operatives and their officers who were deployed by politicians to kill, maim, and destroy many lives and electoral materials in the areas that the leading opposition, People's Democratic Party, PDP, was coasting home to victory in both the National Assembly governorship and presidential polls. The violence in Lagos, Rivers, Bayelsa, and Akwa Ibom were also well coordinated to such a level that only the federal government, with such overwhelming federal might and control over the security forces, can so abuse their powers to destroy the credibility, integrity, and independence of the just ended national election, and most specifically in this presidential election. Horiwa agrees that the conclusions of the final report of the European Union Election Observation Commission, EOM, to Nigeria for the March 2019 general election, where it said a combination of factors including incumbency, suspension of the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onoren, a few weeks to the election, and violence shaped the poll's outcome. But the EU did not go far enough and did not call a spade by its name, maybe in a bid to appear to be politically correct, as most diplomatic missions would. The EU report said that Honoren's suspension did not follow due process, and it alleged that over 150 people died in the violence that characterized the elections. We had consistently maintained that the last elections became increasingly marred by violence and intimidation, with the role of the security agencies becoming more contentious as the process progressed. These tendencies were so noticeable that at some point in parts of Nigeria, like Lagos, the armed thugs paid All Progressive Congress (APC), stopped voters of Southeast origin and accessing polling booths, even as the security forces were teleguided and directed from Abuja to do nothing and stop these hired armed party thugs from stopping Igbo voters from exercising their right to vote because of widespread apprehension within the presidency, then that the Igbo bloc votes in Lagos will undermine the plots of the ruling party to coast to victory seamlessly but the APC adopted raw violence and bloodshed. The national leader of APC was seen with 2 billion vans, reportedly conveying raw cash on the eve of the presidential polls, which were suspected to have been deployed to influence the conduct and outcome of the presidential poll. But EFCC, working for APC, looked the other way, but refused to act even when the money laundering laws specifies the ceiling or limit of cash that an individual have physically at a time.
So guys, I would like you guys to deliberate on this and let's dissect and learn together. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.